this video, we are going to take a look at an introduction to the hypothesis testing process. Now, hypothesis testing can seem pretty daunting at first, but as long as you follow your steps, you can't go wrong. The first step when conducting a hypothesis test will be to find the claim. The claim is the statement that we are trying to test mathematically within the process itself. The second step is to find what must be true if the claim is false. These options can be different things, such as not equal to, less than, greater than, or even an equality case. It will depend on the wording of the problem, which we will get into more in other videos. Step 3 is to state the null and alternative hypotheses. The null and alternative hypotheses are going to be stated in symbolic form. If we are testing about a population proportion, we'll be using P. If we are testing about a mean, we will be using mu. The null hypothesis will always be the equality case. The alternative hypothesis can be either greater than, less than, or not equal to, depending on the problem that is given. Again, wording is going to be important here, as we will see in later videos. Step 4 is to state the significance level and use this to find the critical value. The significance level is something that will either be given to you in the problem, or if that value of alpha is not given, you will default to 0.05. You will then use this in order to find critical values depending on if your test is right-tailed, left-tailed, or two-tailed. You will determine right, left, or two based on your alternative hypothesis being greater than, less than, or not equal to, respectively. Again, later videos will help you with this process. Step 5 will be to calculate the test statistic. This may be done either through your TI-8384 graphing calculator or by hand using formulas. Step 6 is to determine if the null should be rejected or if we should fail to reject the null. This wording may seem a little confusing, but it will come over time. How do we determine whether or not something is rejected? We will be graphing a region from our critical values. If the test statistic falls into our shaded region, we will be rejecting the null. If it does not, we will be failing to reject the null hypothesis. Again, more practice on this will be given later. Our final step is to form the conclusion. When we are forming the conclusion statement, we will be doing this in two parts. We will either state that we rejected or failed to reject the null, and we will talk about what this gave us evidence to do in relation back to the original claim of the problem. Now, a lot of vocabulary has been thrown at you just now. The videos that follow are going to break things up in smaller chunks so that you can work through each piece of this multi-step process. Be patient. Hypothesis testing is something that takes a little time to understand, but following your steps will be essential to get through it.